Hello, subscribers, non-subscribers. This is a public episode, so I guess also to all the people who don't support this. I understand why you don't support this because we've not really done anything. We've kind of increased the quality, production-wise, I guess, incrementally over the past couple of months, but the content is neither here nor there. But maybe once hour a week is just enough for you. And then you're like, I don't need an extra hour of this shit, which is fair enough. I think we just say worse things and it also shatters the illusion of who we are a bit more. Or maybe you're a piece of shit and you like that side of us, in which case it is worth. But if you're like, what a good pair of cunts these are, don't pay for the Patreon. Keep the illusion alive. This episode is a good one because he's actually fucking turned up. So, he's back. We talk about... God, I can't remember what we talk about. But we laughed while doing it. And isn't that what we all came to the show today for? To laugh. And I believe the answer is yes, so enjoy. Sloss and Humphreys on the road.
Muggins and cream and muggins, straight thuggin', living the dream.
That's our intro.
Fucking muggles.
Tickling the clit inside your head that makes you laugh. They said it can't be done.
Are we in the same seats?
That's hack.
Ah, muggles.
Accidental rim job in the park.
Kiss, kiss, kiss.
Or am I just being cynical?
Muggled it up on fucking Mugglepedia.
Where have you been since 9/11?
Look at me on a public episode, man of the people.
I know.
Salt the earth. Mm-hmm. What's salt the earth mean?
What's like the etymology of it?
Aye. If you salt the earth, the crops won't grow, will they?
No, it's salt of the earth.
So that's salt in the earth.
No,
it's just making this field barren.
Yeah, no, it's salt of the earth. If I were to guess what the etymology was, I would say from ye olden times when we used to think maybe people came from the mud, like it's a Greek thing.
Do you think it goes way, way back?
Aye, I think
you don't think it's Shakespearean? You think it's more like Plato?
I mean, maybe because it comes from the rocks. Maybe it's a mining thing.
Aye.
I mean, I'll have a Google. What's your guesses?
My guess is that it's something like farm related.
Is that something that happens when you turn 30, by the way? Can I just ask, is that you suddenly become interested in the etymology of phrases? Like I don't know if it's just because you become so fucking boring or you just you've experienced, you sort of just tap out and you finally start paying attention to all the inane stuff that actually comes out of your fucking mouth. And you're like, why do I say most of these things that I don't know the meaning and a half of? Or is it just me that...
It's just interesting small talk, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just above small talk for people that aren't into sports.
Yeah.
So I've got this bit that I've been mulling over that
it's a Jesus thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Biblical.
The phrase derives from Jesus' Sermon on the Mount. You are the salt of the earth. Jesus meant the common people he was addressing. Fishermen, shepherds, labourers were worthy and virtuous. He was alluding not to the tang of salt, but to its value. Because salt used to be worth fucking loads back in the day. Like if you had salt on you and you had gold on you, people were more likely to be like, oh, he's just fucking salt.
I feel like I could live without it quite easily.
Do you think?
But then again, I could live with diamonds and gold. Salt's probably more valuable to me than those things.
Aye. I also salt everything. I don't know what generation it was. I think it must have been during the ration times where if you salted something before, if somebody cooked you food.
Oh yeah.
If you cooked me something and I salted it before I ate it, would you be offended?
It's your food, man. Do what you want.
Right.
I've handed that over now. Do what you want with it.
Yeah, man. Everyone's got preferences. I like salt, man. I'll put it, especially soup. Heaps of fucking salt, regardless of what it is. And people being like, "You haven't even tried it." I'm like, I know, but I know me way better than you know me. So,
and it would have been rude if you'd put in the amount of salt that I wanted.
Yeah, what an insane guess.
Based on an assumption.
Yeah, what? Because most people don't like this. Because this is probably this is actually the only reason why I do like soup. It's because deep down I just like salt.
Aye. But salt and carrot's funny when you're looking at it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I thought that would have been way too salty already.
No. It's like salted caramel. It just works.
I was thinking about how you become self-aware of the words that you're saying and why do we say that and where's it from. The bit I was going to look into was the way Chavas, Neds speak to each other. There's always if there's a Dana Nash from the Pigs.
What?
So I'm doing a runner. doing a Nash.
Oh, right, okay.
From the Pigs. And the Pigs is probably Orwellian.
No, I mean, surely it's just from surely it's
the
just
police, the rulers.
Aye. The pigs, the police.
Aye.
Aye.
But what's the etymology of that? It's got to be it's got to be Animal Farm, that. So like the fact that
I just assumed it was the fact that like in rap songs they call the police the pigs because it's the PIs.
But where the rap has got it from?
PI. Because it's the start. Is that not where it comes from originally? I don't think it's Orwellian.
Why are we doing this without Matthew? We need Matthew rapidly googling, and I think
I don't think it's Orwellian. I think it's that fucking deep. I think it's just.
Even when they're going, yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, like, oh man, the fact that something non-tangible has a shadow is really poetic. Like, where did you come up with that? Is that Shakespeare? Like, I just every time you hear a Ned speak, it's always something where you need to like unpick the etymology of what they're saying. They don't know. It's not an original thought. They're just saying the things that they've heard said. Mm-hmm. But all of it is fucking poetry, and you didn't think about it because yeah, man. I kind of want to look into more of them because there's a few. But
just a wee scum whisperer, aren't you?
That's
all you want to be in your life. Just a wee fucking scummin'. Oh man, can I think? Is this a public episode?
Yes.
Oh god, right. Well, the next sentence is going to paint me treacherously, but I'm not going to hide who I am. I'm too old for that now. My cleaner thinks I'm posh.
No, you should. No, you should. What is it? What did it?
I don't know, man. But she just said to him, like, do you think I'm posh? She's like, you are posh. I'm like, how? And I'm like, what? I mean, apart from, ignore what you're saying around you. Like, ignore that bit. But like me, in my personality, she was like, yeah, you're posh. The way you sound.
Oh, the way you talk.
Aye. I was like, surely this is, because in my head, this accent is just.
Because for me, like, posh Scottish just neutralises and becomes a neutral accent. Like you can say Natalie is posh. I don't even think
this is posh Scottish.
But I don't hear her as having a posh accent. If she was who she was, but from Middle England, she'd sound very different.
Wait, who?
Natalie, my wife.
Natalie, right.
Yeah, because like I'd consider Natalie to be posh, but I don't think she sounds posh because I think the Scottish accent neutralises what posh you've got.
Even
I can't listen to someone with a Scottish accent and think they're posh, no matter who they are.
Ian Sterling.
That is definitely working class. That accent.
No, is it? No, you think?
It's that Edinburgh, like, fucking...
Oh, but no, Edinburgh's no.
No, but it's the drawled out, like, it's almost, he's speaking in slang. Like, he really, like, hey. I kind of did. I keep trying to do it on this podcast.
You keep trying to do all accents on the podcast and fail at 100% of them.
About you being posh, like,
I'm not posh.
You creep into my life far too much when you're not there, right? Because what I do and what you would do is completely different things, and I have to be true to myself and remember who I am, and just don't live my life like you're there.
What do you mean by this?
Well, the first one last week on the Patreon episode was the man on the train speaking to us. Uh-huh. I was almost in a huff with him speaking to us because you would have been in a huff. And I have to remember who I am. Right. This was the next one. I'm in buying a Christmas tree because I decided to get on board, but late to the party. Mm-hmm. Bit late to the party, but I'm joining the party.
Right, this time next year, you and Natalie will own a Christmas shop. You'll be all the way around to them, man.
So I'm not going to dispute that in case it comes back to haunt us. But we've got the Christmas tree in the trolley. Uh-huh. We spot like this hanging basket, like the
How big you got? How big's your first Christmas tree?
7 foot.
All right, okay, aye.
Got this hanging basket that is like the hanging baskets we have, the floral ones we have in the summer out the front. The hanger's already there, but they're artificial and the plug in and the sparkle. And there's a wreath that goes on your front door. Mm-hmm. And we're like, we're going to spend a bit of money knowing that all of these are things that can go in the loft and come back out next year.
And then you'll spend more next year. And it's just every single fucking year, you're like, surely this must be me done buying fucking Christmas decorations at this point.
I've tapped out with Christmas for so long. I didn't go into my family's house on Christmas Day anymore. I used to go abroad just to get away from Christmas, just because I couldn't be arsed with it. I like the time off. I like everybody's off at the same time and having fun together and drinking. Right, I'll get on board with that. I'll have my nights out and stuff.
Just because you were molested by reindeers when you were young.
It might have been. It might have been Dancer. I think it was Dancer.
That's what the song "Are We Human or Are We Dancing" about.
He was a monster. It was an absolute
The
monster.
beast? Of course he's a beast. What?
Oh,
Okay.
so I don't-
I'm glad it wasn't Blitzen, because that's a way.
Yeah, you gotta be a tatas. You're more than a red nose, I tell you. This man that worked at the shop, Daniel, you would have hated this. You would have fucking hated this. I don't know how he would have reacted, but you would have definitely denied him his thing. He worked there, and he come up to us and was like, "Psst."
Oh, sir, how dare you? Sir.
He popped between the Christmas trees. He's like, "Psst, you do. Oh, here we are, trolley." Pulls his little chit sheet, and he looks out at each shoulder. Man of the people, this guy, and he was like, "They're going on sale tomorrow. You'll save 50 quid off the tree. You'll save a tenner off your hanging basket." Right?
Get the fuck out of my life, man. Get the fuck out of
I
my
was like,
life.
fuck it, let's just order them on the internet tomorrow. They'll arrive by Thursday. You've got an extra fucking £60 minimum in your pocket. I did it. Because I didn't channel you. Because I was like,
Fucking
that's £60 you can spend elsewhere than
On what? On
home
what?
base. And just out. Give it to the homeless.
I was in a taxi from Birmingham the other day to the hotel, and the guy was like, "Do you want the fast route or the cheap route?" And I was like, "Man, just
Aye.
whatever."
I said
you're
that because it was on your expenses.
I'm like, man, whatever you're gonna add on, just do that, and then just get me there as fast as possible. That one.
Was that like for the M6 toll or something? He was trying to avoid the motorway
No,
for you?
man, it's just the way and it's look. I don't want to say anything nasty about Birmingham because I did on the last episode, and also I do like gigging in Birmingham, so I think it's only fair to shit on them so much, be kind to them so much. But it is one of the fucking very few cities where you get there, and the taxi drivers are like, "What route would you like me to take?" And you're like, "I thought this scam was over in 2010. Like I thought like Uber came along and gave you all job perspective, and the standard went up a bit.
We can all sit in the back looking at Google Maps.
Yeah, and it was
monitoring
just
you.
like an honesty now, but you're still like, you're like, oh man, just give me the money. You can tell me the price for conning me, and just don't con me. Just do that, please.
So you turn left on anything, even if you don't really need to, don't you?
Yeah.
Like I'll pay the extra £20 for nothing extra. I'll have the little napkin on the back of my seat.
Edinburgh Airport has my favourite feature in the entire world, which is there's just a card swipe machine for fast pass. Just right beside, you can go and you can survey how long the queue is at security, and you can go, you know what? No, I'm better than this. And there's just a thing where and then you're just passed and through, and oh, so good.
It's funny because
I don't know how I have fans.
You're not a Tory, but you're super elitist.
Yeah.
You're like, you want everyone to have like equal opportunities, but except for me.
Yeah,
you want to have more opportunities.
I just look. I'm equality. I'm probably like a big fucking socialist, and I mean in all senses of the word. And that I'm also an idiot that doesn't really understand how it works. But most importantly, as long as I'm above it all, that's like I want the system to be fair. I want the system that I reside over to be fair.
And that's
because I'm a benevolent God.
And I have to remind myself, because we tour together so much and I spend so much time in your company.
Saying
and I am like on your tour.
Contagious?
I'm saying that like I have to remind myself who I am when I'm in these situations. As I'm taking the Christmas tree out of the trolley.
This is why I like being high during the day, because like every single time I'm about to enter one of those interactions, whenever I'm high, I'm always just in a better mood. So I'm just like, you know what? Let's be high for a day.
Aye.
I'm like, all right. I'm like, bore me with your inane chat. Yeah, great day. It is raining. It is raining. What a fucking astute observation. Thank you so much for wasting my fucking time while I bought this fucking gum. What a fucking great. Thank you so much. I'll give them it. I'll smile. I'll wave at I'll wave at babies. I'll say hi to dogs. Doesn't do anything for me. But no. I tell you what it does do. It makes my ego feel better, because my ego goes, I bet those people think I'm dead nice now. And that's the old.
If any of my fans were watching. If any of my fans are watching this.
Oh man, there's sometimes
they saw the real me.
Man, I get worried. Me and Cara went out yesterday to the Edinburgh Christmas markets, And we, just having a couple of drinks. My parents were looking after Kaylin, so we're having a bit of fun. And I go up to the bar. She goes to get some fucking, obviously, pancakes with chocolate syrup on them because she's 12 years old. And I obviously go to the bar because I'm an alcoholic. And I'm just at the bar, and I'm having a great day. I'm out with my missus. We've got like some time off from the baby. We've had a couple of drinks. I'm in a dead good mood. I'm not my miserable, dour, fucking fuck the world. Why am I outside? It's cold. It's Christmas, my favourite time of year. I'm genuinely happy. I'm just standing there, right, bit high, obviously, ordering my drinks. And I've clearly just been smiling. I've clearly just been smiling out loud, not just in my head like I normally do. Like it's actually
smiling out loud. Laughing.
No, it's funny because in my head, you know what it's like.
You can sometimes be happy with a resting bitch face.
Yeah, with the resting bitch face. In the same way that, like, sometimes when you watch comedy and you find it really funny, but you're not actually physically laughing.
Oh,
and if people were watching you watch the
you're
comedian,
just swirling your wine, just enjoying the mechanics
you're like,
of it.
I love this. I mean, this is great. And when
looking at it like it's a piece of fine art.
Aye, but when I repeat this later on, I'll find it as good
When
as
it's in my voice,
and I went up to pay, and the girl was like, you don't have to, I'm a big fan of your comedy. And I went, well, don't do that. Here's the money for it, and just put it in the tip jar. I made a little moment. I was like, thank fucking God. Thank God I was in a good mood on a fucking good day. And she didn't just get angry fucking sour face me, just being like,
serve me before them.
Ah, Jesus Christ, can you not?
Why are they getting served first?
I've never said that out loud, but it's in my man. Me and Cara were going through an airport the other day, and I was just like, I am so glad nobody else lives in my head, because I think it's why people are who don't know me well are under the illusion that I'm a nice person. Because if you hang around with me enough, you know what I'm like. My constant inner monologue in an airport, the number one thing in my head is just desperately wanting to shout out, what does the fast version of this look like? What is the efficient? That's who I want to be. I want to be able to go through and just to the people have been like, just so you all know, I do. You know what? I do actually know how to run this better than everyone in this fucking room. And if you were to give me the time, I would tell you one by one how to do your job. But I can't because I'm a Z-list celebrity and that status is important to me. And I can't risk it.
You've got no stoicism with it either. Like
I do when I'm high.
I had one where I went, it was a fucking dirty kebab shop on Oldham Street as well. I was going for fast food, right? I didn't have time to sit down. I had a gig to get there, right? And I ordered my food, and the fucking people come in. I started ordering it. I'm waiting for it. People come in, order their food. They get their food, leave. Somebody else comes in, orders their food. And then when it comes, it's the exact same thing I ordered. So I'm still waiting for mine, gets it and leaves. And then a couple of drunks come in. And I had to join the queue behind the drunks to get the guy, because I couldn't push in on drunks. You're going to get fucking into a fight. I don't know how it works in the kebab shop on a fucking Saturday
just
night.
wait until they go there, just kick their heads in, because you should have been able to take two of them if they were drunk.
I could have.
Aye.
I could have battered them. Well, like,
for a kebab as
well.
well.
With that women.
Okay, so you get 4 kebabs out of it.
I don't want to get battered with a handbag when I'm chinning a dude, them days are behind us.
You've changed. Fucking traitor.
Grown. And I was like, what would you have done then? Because you're not going to push in on the guys there.
Walked out.
You would have just walked out and just ordered food somewhere else.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm like, you've already got my money, and I'm like, and wasting my time is already an insult to me. I'm like, that £7 or whatever that was, fucking have it if that's the price for standing in your shitty fucking shop.
You couldn't have just went, rejoin the queue, remind them you exist.
Depends, man, really depends.
Just listen to these drunks just trying to get an extra chicken nugget, and then get it.
Like, I'm always, after gigs, I always find I've got way more patience and stuff. Like the Get Walk, it was when I was in New York. I think it's because like
your patience bar fills.
Well, because my ego has been sated. Like it's been gluttonous on the attention of an audience for like 90 minutes, and then people meet me afterwards. So I'm just big and fucking happy in myself for one part during the day. So I'm just like, and now that I'm full, I guess I'm allowed to. I guess other people are allowed to be happy around me now that there's no more left for me. Either that, or just the fact that my audience give me weed, and I'm like, man, do what you got to do. I don't even know why I'm standing here.
Is that why you struggled so much during lockdown, because you never had that like constant top up of morale?
I think so. Yeah, man. Like
you're trying to get it to like Twitch and shit like that, and then it's like it's not coming.
Well, I think it was. I think at the time I didn't know that's what I was missing. Whereas now that I'm aware of how I work a little bit more and how my brain works. Like, had I known at the time that I was just desperate, violently desperate for attention, I would have been able to be like, oh, well, that's why you're doing all this stuff, and then logically ignore it. But I mean, at the time, I was like, this is who I am.
I think it's fine to crave attention. If that's what energizes you,
No.
If no, hold on,
No, it is a disease.
It's seen as a it's definitely seen as a negative to be an attention seeker. But you know, if you get your energy and motivation and and you get that from attention, then to go looking for the thing that charges you up and refuels you shouldn't be seen as a negative.
No, I think that's a very nice way to look at it. I think it's more like indulgent. It's more like, people who overeat because they've got some trauma. So whenever they're feeling down or depressed, it makes them feel good about themselves. I think it's.
You think it's like smoking?
Yeah. I think it's no.
You should never crave the thing. It's not a good thing if you're craving it.
And you're doing it too. Yes, you're doing it too much, and people are addicted to it. You're not doing it because it's like a smoothie. You're not like, it's like a workout. It's a more negative thing. It's for your ego. It's to make you feel, it's not to make you feel, but it does make you feel bigger and more important. And yeah, I mean, that's why, it's the switch that exists in our head and other people, and it's a disease. It's a fucking disease.
I think you can repackage that. That's what I'm calling spinning these days.
No, I think
I've spun the word spin.
Every single person that wants to be famous or is famous, I'm like, what happened during your childhood? Because I bet it's something.
I like attention, but I'm not insatiable. I can be satiated with attention.
How much? Give me a ballpark. Give me a venue.
If me fucking status gets 40 likes, I'm like, that'll do.
That's enough to get you through the week.
Just the hour.
What? Right. Okay. You're stranded on a desert island, right? And there's a phone, but it's only connected to Instagram. There is a theatre, which somehow is a live audience. How often do you need to perform and how often do you need to tweet to survive?
I'm gate crashing a movie with a reel.
Yeah.
They're watching a Marvel movie and I can use my desert island phone to insert myself in their life and let them enjoy the movie. I wouldn't even pick up the phone.
Because I
maybe would just like... I'd do it to amuse myself, not for attention.
See, because that's why I don't think I could ever fucking quit this job. I think I fantasize about quitting occasionally. Being like, one day I'll just stop. But I think it's a lot like, it'll be like weed where I managed to stop it for like 2 months and I'll be like, I'll just do a little gig. I'll just go and I'll do a 5 somewhere and then I'll do a 10.
I definitely...
And then like 2 months later, I'm like, how am I doing a full French run?
Yeah, I definitely do it for the sport. I often wondered that, like, where if a comedian won the lottery, like how much would that change what you do? Would you still go and... Cause
well, I mean, put it this way, I don't do the circuit anymore.
But a comedian that wins the lottery, that doesn't mean they can tour. Like, the thing is, like, comedians become millionaires and keep going, and that's because their audience is developed and grown and give them the money. So the millionaire, like the audience member watching a arena comic, looks at that millionaire and goes, I put him there with because I like him, I find him funny, I'm invested in that. I've done that. Like I've crowdfunded that millionaire.
Yeah.
Right? Literally crowdfunded that millionaire, right? But if you just become a millionaire and you're a comedian that happens to be a millionaire, you still have to do the clubs, which are like they pay anything between 150 and 200, maybe 300 quid.
Well, I think at that point you probably don't do the clubs. I think at that point you actually focus on doing the gigs that are more likely to get you famous. You're not doing the clubs because you're trying to make ends meet anymore. So you're not doing jongle, and obviously you know that you're never going to get fucking discovered at, jonglers.
Yeah. So, but like, you still enjoy the laughter of going to like a good, well-run comedy club, like Hot Water or something. You'd want to go in there and enjoy the synergy with a crowd. But also, like, I reckon you kind of have to change your set. You can't just be like cut and run, just talking about, like if you're just a day-to-day observational comedian and you're observing life from the point of view of the people that are sat in front of you, No, you're not. no, you're not. You'd have to have millionaire banter.
Aye. Well, it's like Louis C.K. where he was just doing jokes. I'm like, motherfucker, I know you own a yacht. Like, how are you still pretending to be man of the people? I mean, how low did you think Lee Evans must be?
Loaded.
Aye.
His kids probably don't have to work.
Aye.
I reckon he's there. Aye. So normally on the podcast I'll bore you with like what I've been up to for the last couple of days since I last saw you, but I've been working on your stag for the last couple of days mostly, and I hit a sticking point because I needed your measurements. You know when you're about to propose and you need like the ring size of your partner so that you can propose to them without them realising, and that's quite hard. It's way harder if you need someone's chest measurements.
Well, I mean, I just got measured for kilt and everything. So.
And now I got their measurements. I managed to get your brother's measurements for the rest of you. Because Cara said that is were the same. But I
hope
didn't.
you mean Matthew and not Jack.
Matthew.
Aye, good.
So Cara had like bits and bobs I needed for you, like your height and your weight and fucking shoe size and that. And then Matthew had, like, she had off Matthew that, but I didn't have your chest measurement as you're wearing your kilt like Simon Cowell. Just run your nipples.
Well, I mean, they do go...
Like a boob tube kilt.
They do go up there. They go to there.
And,
aye. I mean, they're high up on you.
But so I had to do that, and then just nothing, mate. Arms up. I think you're changing Caelan's nappy, and I just assaulted you with a metal tape measure, not even a fabric one, just to get a ballpark. But it's been very fun organising a stag. I've been quite anal with it. I've got spreadsheets coming out the wazoo.
Well, I'm not looking for. I hate surprises so very much. There's nothing I hate more in the world.
And surprises.
Aye.
But your whole MO's Christmas.
Yeah, but that's not.
You're a Christmas guy.
Yeah. But
You can't be like, I'm a Christmas guy. I hate surprises.
But I'm not
Give
the
me my
one-
presents now.
But I'm not the one.
Don't
getting
even
surprised.
wrap them.
I'm not the one getting surprised. I don't like Christmas because I get presents.
So hold on. You hate surprises, but you love doing it to other people. That makes you a bad person.
Aye. Oh yeah.
Because that means you're inflicting a surprise on someone.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, but like, surely a surprise is nice because that means somebody has been thinking and talking and doing about you, thinking about you, talking about you, and doing about you. I don't know why that doesn't work linguistically, but it should. Behind your back, like that is everything you were talking about before. Like strokes your ego. You've got like even when you're not there, even when you're sleeping. People are just busying around, just doing stuff just for you, just for that day when it comes and you're like, ooh.
It's people. It's worse because it's that thing of just nobody knows me like I know me, and I'm like, you're gonna get it. Like first of all, if it's a surprise with good intentions, even then I'm not fully comfortable because I'm like, am I gonna have to put a performance on here of whether I actually enjoy this thing, or am I gonna? Is it gonna be an actual? And if it's a surprise on the other end, the first thing in my head is revenge and when's this coming from? Like, how do you return this?
You know what?
I just don't react well to them.
I think
I think it's because my birthday's 9/11. I think that's why.
Is that why?
Yeah,
I think
man.
this is happening with age. You know, with you. I don't think this used to be who you were. I think because remember, I'm gonna put a date on it. I'm gonna put the date as 2013 when you lived in the other house.
Is this when I organised my own birthday?
No. That was very funny though.
Right.
When everyone was having a party at your house.
Yeah.
And you were going to be the last one there because you had the latest show. And we all went downstairs and we turned the living room into a venue with a mic and a stage, and everyone was sat. And as soon as you walked through the door, we'd done a welcome to the stage. Daniel Slosson ran set list, and you walking into your own house, lit up and did a set list. Now, if that happened, you would be like, what the fuck is this? You're embarrassing us.
If you rewatch that video, I leave the room for about 30 seconds and you keep clapping, and that's the only reason I come out. It's because you would not let the bit end. You wouldn't let the bit end until I went on stage. That video before I do stand-up is a minute and a half long, and a minute and 15 seconds of it is you all clapping until I actually come out.
And you put up resistance?
Yes.
Oh, wow, that's not how I remember it.
I know, man.
I remember that as you just like, Oh, look at this.
Aye. Oh, man.
This is really funny.
Do you not remember fucking years and years ago, there was that time at the Fringe where my mum, well, it was the first time we'd all made the fucking, the connection of me looking like Beaker from the Muppets. And on the last day of the Fringe, my mum got the entire audience to do it. Like to have little like masks of Beaker, so me walk out to the Muppets theme tune, and them have that there, and Marlene helped them organise it, and it was all very, very funny. Fucking hated it. I put a fucking brave face. Because I'm like, fair enough, prag's on me, but never, ever, ever fuck with my work again.
So what was the show? Because that would have been really inappropriate
X.
for X.
Before X.
Was it?
Not what's it?
Oh wait, that is so much
No.
a gear change, and you've got to
No,
go.
I think it was
from going from fucking Beaker masks to the reveal on X.
It was dark. Aye.
Oh, so even still, that had a.
Yeah, but way at the end, and also, you know,
Yeah.
no, and you know, it was still fine. I made do, but no, man, I've never enjoyed. Like I can't put on a brave face for some of them.
I'm not worried at all about the surprises upsetting you in Vegas because I literally couldn't give a fuck. in fact, they just seem to have way more currency now.
Aye.
Nah, I think you're grand, mate. I think you're gonna be happy. Mostly. Everyone else isn't. Everyone else is gonna be happy, and that's what you care about, isn't it? The happiness, enjoyment of others.
I mean that's a good way to go at me, but no.
I am just organising a swell time for everybody, and you're just coming along for the ride.
Yeah, I mean, I trust you. But here's the thing. Here's the genuine thing. I trust your taste to 90 to 95%, right? But it is that 10% I'm worried about. It's the 10%. I'm like, because it's not just like the 90% that we overlap on. Oh boy, do we overlap! I'll enjoy all of those things.
Yeah.
That 10% though, that is like that's also where my line is most of the time.
But also speaking on the 5%, isn't that 5% of things that I like and you hate? Weirdly, strippers is in there.
Yeah. Oh, I hate the strippers.
But I forgot I could drink.
You can.
Because normally, like, you've got a lush bar, really well stocked. Every time I'm here, I've got the car. So apart from the rare nights where I stay over, I kind of just gone in and just Tanya bar.
Yeah.
But I got the train hour for the Edinburgh gig, and I've been sat here with a fucking cup of coffee like a mug.
Aye, fucking idiot.
Absolute dickweed. I was thinking this on the way about. What do you say when people ask you what you want for Christmas?
Oh, I'm a nightmare to buy for.
Aye.
Because I've like Kat always says it. It's like anything I want, I just get for myself.
And also, like, because I remember last year, did I not get you like these fucking custom-made Gloomhaven fucking card-carrying things, right? Which is like a thoughtful gift of something you didn't know existed and all that,
great.
right? So you've got everybody just scrabbling around looking for that gift for you, haven't you? Like that one, like everybody's like,
which is a good thing, because sometimes I do get dead thoughtful gifts like that. Like Cara thinks she doesn't get me good presents, but like I mean, look, it's very different to like several years ago where you and me used to fucking rip hard on Jean because she was like, we would buy things without putting any thought into them. And we would rip on her because she would always she would take something sentimental over an iPad, and we were like, why would you not want an iPad? Now that I'm older, like anything that Cara has put thought into, or any one of my friends, when they've put like even a tiny bit of thought into the fucking gift, you're like, oh, this is way better than anything else. I do like those, and I do. I mean, I'm very aware that my problem is I don't show gratitude well.
When someone's put loads of thought into a thing, and you're like, oh, cool. And then next, and you're like, but everybody's getting me thoughtful things. Like, oh, I can't just.
No, I think it's because you know how I said earlier, like smile internally. I think I'm like in my head, I'm very, very grateful, and I think that just comes across. Whereas you actually should be very vocal about your gratitude, as opposed to being like, they know I'm grateful. They know what a grateful guy I am.
It's just on a pile of stuff over there. That thing with Jean, because I remember I just fucking, I think I rode hard on Jean at the time about like, I've literally bought an iPad for a girl I've been with like about a year. I think like, whatever it would have been at the time, like 500 quid or something. We're like, it's more than enough to spend on someone you've been with for a reasonably short period of time. Even though I knew I was going to be with her for a long time, I was committed enough to buy an iPad
and he's a magpie. What do magpies do? They get shiny things.
Shiny things?
Collect shiny things, collect them, give them to the other magpies that they like.
And I'm different. You know how like a girl could get excited about like an expensive bit of jewelry that costs thousands of pounds. Like for me, if I got some jewelry that costs any more than 100 quid, I'd want it to give us like fire resistance, like +5 strength. Like I want some kind of magical quality with my jewelry if it's getting into the realm of hundreds and thousands.
Yeah.
Right. So if I spend hundreds on a thing, it's got to be able to fucking do something.
Yeah.
And have a functional thing. So like I'll buy electronical stuff for people like that they can use.
Yeah.
And then Jean was giving it the whole, but it just looks like you're throwing money at it and you haven't much thought into it. And I went down I was in Brighton the weekend, that should give us grief. And I fucking rooted around and I just ended up buying this like glass ornament with like the glass was like coloured like a heart inside of it. It was just a paperweight. I don't know. It was like fucking 45 quid for something that didn't do anything.
Yeah.
It kept paper doing. Use your shoe. Duality purpose. You can run
Hammer
in
and
it.
nail. Just nail your notes to the fucking table. Like, Jesus, it's wood.
Have a baby.
What?
Put a baby on it.
Oh, I see. I thought because it was a woman's job to have a baby.
No, that's not what I meant. But it is. Guess what?
What? Wait, well, you know, there was not a point to this.
There is a point to that. Guess what?
Oh, what?
The iPad isn't around anymore.
Oh, right, okay.
It's got a new iPad now. An iPad bit the dust.
Yeah.
Guess what's still in my new house? And it's done 3 journeys to 3 different places.
Natalie.
Yeah, 3 years.
Wow.
And guess what isn't flying around everywhere?
Because you bought her a hammer and nail. It's very rare on this podcast. There's a story with a moral at the end.
Well, that Gene is right. You just sometimes have to wait 10 years to realise it.
I don't see. The thing is, I don't like being hard to buy for, because in my head, I think I'm dead easy to buy for because I think always the best way to buy gifts, and you can use this attitude in a number of ways, which is you always buy something that they would never buy themselves.
Begrudge themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like, so for me, from my dad, I'm very good at buying presents for my dad, because my dad's in his mid-50s, like, all of his kids have grown up. He's a big fucking nerd, right? Doesn't spend money on himself, right? And if he does, it's computer ship. I buy him a big Lego set every Christmas, right?
Because he's not going to buy himself Lego.
He's never going to buy fucking Lego.
But
for
if
himself.
I was to bet on anybody that would, it would be a dad.
Yeah, it's a thin line.
You're like, just fucking get the Lego, you cunt.
So I buy it for him, and he's like, "Oh, great! This will take like 2 days, and then he gets to put it up somewhere. It's great." But you can also do that on the other. For me, I'm like, because Jean was like, "You're so hard to buy for." I'm like, Jean, buy me anything. Buy me silly golf balls. Because I'm never in my life going to buy myself the stupid little things that you do enjoy day to day.
A golf ball that goes da-da-da-da-da as you hit it.
Yeah, charge.
By the way, I'm fucking patenting that if it hasn't been invented already. What? Golf balls that make a noise when you hit them.
I think they definitely have.
I feel like it's against etiquette, and anyone that plays golf would hate the idea of it. But
Yeah.
it's very funny.
I mean, I feel like they must have just done everything. I mean, you've not been golfing long enough to be having got by the dust balls and stuff, or the water balls and like prank balls. No,
I haven't. I didn't even know they existed until now.
Does your father-in-law golf?
No.
Oh well,
but my brother-in-law does.
I think I'd go over his head. I don't think he'd get it. I think he would just be like, I guess I
knew that
smashed
existed.
that, yeah.
I knew that existed. Why did you get
and also I
that
noticed
thing?
the difference. You think I'm a fucking idiot?
It's like when you give us a lift back, or you kind of reverse back just as I get to the car handle as well. Like, you couldn't, which is never not funny unless it's happening to you when it's the worst. Yeah, always get someone something that they begrudge themselves.
And that could be small, man. But by people fucking pick and mix, man. People wouldn't,
This is one thing that Natalie always talks me out of getting Gav, and I know I'm right. A fucking job lot of protein bars. He's not going to go out and buy himself a fucking shit ton of grenade bars, but he would love it if he could walk out of his cupboard and fucking grab a grenade bar out of his cupboard. He'd fucking love that. It might only last him until February, and he'd have no to show for it sentimental value-wise, but however, man.
Aye.
For blokes. Why am I buying Gav a paperweight? Fuck off. And I still haven't done it yet, but you know what? this Christmas he's getting his protein bars.
I think, I mean, that means...
Because I was just like, oh no, get him something that he...
Because I like some sentimental gifts from some people. For example, like if my friends give me pictures of... My family's give me pictures of like their kids and stuff. You go, oh, I love this person. And I was going to just get a picture of them myself and stick it up. So thanks for, made me do it. Like if you were to give me a picture of Peggy, I don't know what to do with it. So I thought,
It would be caked and spunk. Caked.
Before you gave it to me.
You'd have like crushed it. I was going to say smear it off. It's still wet. Chip it off. Before I just wrote over your joke. I do apologise.
What one?
You said before you give it to me.
Yeah.
And I was too busy on my flight of fancy about chip and spunk the crusts off so that you could wank off it.
Yep.
That I realised that the reveal was it was my spunk. Can I just enjoy a joke that Cullen did the other day about it was on the last episode, the last public episode, and he went, you just take me out the back and you'd hear birds fly out of a tree and one gunshot. And I'd walk back in with a gun. I don't know what happened in the next 5 minutes after that podcast, but I laughed. I laughed over all of it. I'm sorry to do like a Dave plus one on my own podcast here, but that for me was like, as a listener, was just like, that joke was for me. That I enjoyed that a lot.
Oh. Was that not he went out to kill me and then went out to kill himself? And
you went out to kill him.
Yeah,
was the bit like he was like, oh, if I ever do that, kill us.
Yeah,
just walk us up down the back of the house, and all Cara hears from inside the house. It was like along their lines, and then he walks back in with it.
Cow plus one.
Yeah, there we are. Just in case you didn't enjoy it last week.
Yeah. How about this bit that Cullen and Daniel bit? But instead of Cullen doing it, it's me doing it.
I'm like fucking reaction videos. Like I'm gonna be unboxing a fucking shoe next. Listen to the new Eminem track. Just kind of reaction videos to shit that he doesn't even watch. He just recites.
Aye.
You're good at gifts because you bought me stuff that I still use now.
What?
I use my coffee machine every day.
Oh yeah. But I also have the luxury of I'm good at buying gifts because I've got heaps of money and I'm able to just be like, what obnoxious thing would you never buy yourself? You're welcome.
I know what I'm getting you for Christmas next year.
Because I've not been good this year.
It's too late this year.
Oh, okay.
Your big window.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to get you some artwork done on there. I'm going to get your window painted well nice and fancy for Christmas. Oh. I'm going to get you Christmas decorations for Christmas.
Okay.
Because that's like for your family.
Aye.
I just feel like if I try to get it new, like getting a booking in and short term would be like I'd probably get it done by January because everyone's booked it. All those window painting guys are busy, and I've got connections now with the Dug and Bone.
Oh, aye.
So I think I'll get your window done next year. I think it's something different this year. Mm-hmm. But next year I reckon.
Well, no, this year's gift could be not doing that.
You didn't want that?
No, I mean, Karen, the kid will love it. I think. I don't know. Well, it depends what the art is. Like, I guess.
No, it's custom. You could choose. You can like ask what you want it to be.
It's like snowman with an erection.
I've been watching her on Instagram doing the windows, and it's been like the fucking Hulk with a Santa hat on.
So this is a thing because this is the first I've heard of it.
I mean, normally it's shops that get it done because they're fucking turning a profit, and that aren't they? So
right.
Luring people.
But my house gives you John Lewis vibes. Is that what you're telling me?
You're posh, man. Listen to your cleaner. Listen to your cleaner. She's got you fucking nailed on.
I can't imagine how unbearable it must be to some people who listen to this podcast.
Oh, people who are fucking giving you the last £3. Listen to how fucking frivolous you are.
I'm not. Whoops. I drive an electric car though, so you're all welcome in that aspect.
Well, yeah, that makes you less posh.
Well, no, but just doing something, for others.
The climate,
in a way.
environment.
Aye.
What do you do in the way of charity work?
I give.
What do you give?
Some. Not enough for tax purposes, but that's because
you're looking around the room for inspiration.
I don't.
A wallpaper people's houses that can't afford wallpaper.
I don't give enough I don't give enough away to charity for tax purposes, and that's because I think giving enough away to charity for tax purposes is a bit fucking sneaky, and it's just a way to get like yourself more money. But no, I give outwardly to or anonymously to things over the course of it, because I get wealth guilt.
I have seen you do that actually. I've seen you helping comedians who were struggling financially to do the Fringe.
Yeah,
and I've seen you step in and just give them a bit of financial support.
Yeah, I mean, if I can make somebody's problem go away, I'll do that, and that's why I get to act like an asshole all the time. That's my justification to myself.
Yeah,
and it's not for other people. It's always for me. That's why I always make sure that like I'm now talking about it on a podcast, so I guess I am getting some fucking ego stroking out of this. But you do it like
it's not bad to look for attention, man.
No. But I think it's like you can do. For me, it's like I don't go to confession. I'm not religious, right? I can't go into an office and be like, all right, here's the cunty thing I did today, and I'm really sorry about it because I've self-reflected on it. Or here's a couple of Hail Marys. Have your fathers, whatever the fuck is, smell your maws, whatever the fuck it is, right? But what I can do, right, is if I've had a week where I've been like, all right, I've been a bit of a cunt this fucking week, or I've been a bit obnoxious or a bit like piss, I can go to a charity where I can see a thing, I'll be like, I'll give to that, or I'll give extra.
God, imagine it worked the other way around. Imagine I just was like, well, I put on Fight for Kane.
Yeah.
I filled the food banks in the Northeast with my gigs. I'm going to punch a granny. It's in the bank.
You can do it.
It's in the bank. I've got it. I might even.
But it does nullify the Kane thing straight away, though. So that is the thing. Like it's spending, it's coming back down. Like you can.
Fight for Kane's worth one granny.
Yeah.
I get at least two grannies, however.
Nah, because they're old and frail. Right, no, you don't get two. You get one old and frail, but you can go full swing.
Two granddads.
All right, but they're allowed to hit back. Yeah, one kid is two fighting granddads. That's the trade.
Dude, really fucking Geordie, fucking ex-miners.
No, I mean all granddads are ex-miners, guy.
All adults are ex-miners.
Yeah.
That has got to be the most well-trodden joke format ever, is to play on the word miner and miner.
Here's an interesting, boring fact for you. Did you know, in the first Harry Potter movie, at no point does Harry Potter actually cast a spell?
Is this a fucking is this because the first Harry Potter movie chronologically is Fantastic Beasts?
No, as in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Right, you know, because I would have been fucking wounded. I would have been fucking wounded if you were like, well, I think you're fine.
No, not that.
He doesn't cast a single spell. Not even Expelliarmus.
No, he doesn't even learn that until fucking.
He doesn't.
That's
does he?
2?
Does he like miscast a spell while he's practicing and trying to learn?
No.
Well.
Saying this, I've not actually double checked this. What I've done, I've seen it, and then I went up to Cara, and she was like, "Oh God, you know what? Actually, that could be true." Because he gets the broom up, but like brooms just fucking do that if you know the right words.
So does it not count as a spell if like...
No, it's a branching item, so it's doing the thing. It would do the thing. Muggles can use... Muggles can absolutely use...
So broom's a technology, it's not a magic.
Yeah, no, it's a magic broom.
But it's not...
It's not
It's imbued with magic.
It's imbued with magic, so it can work for it. Why would they use it?
So you don't have to do like a spell in your head, like you know how... and Dungeons and Dragons, some of the spells and cantrips and all that, like you don't have to say it out loud or do an action yet. Is that right?
Yeah, semantic. I think no, that's definitely wrong.
You've got a lot of nerds.
Along that.
You've got a lot of nerds turning in that grave right now.
Aye. Oh, thank God they're dead.
They're not dead. That's just where they sleep.
Because they all think they're vampires.
They're just being cosplayed where they sleep.
Right.
Is this like the Harry Potter thing? Is this like when people go, I think you'll find that Ned Stark never said, brace yourself, winter's coming? Because that's...
No, I mean, I've not checked. But
it's like you take that, don't you? You just accept it. You're like...
Well, Harry Potter's a Christmas film, so people will be watching it and they'll be able to get back and...
I don't know how I feel about all this.
What?
Like, people being like dead cool by going, Rocky's a Christmas film, Die Hard's a Christmas film and all that. You're like... It's Christmas in the film.
Aye. But no. But I also, man, to me, Lord of the Rings films or Christmas films.
That to me, and I like people are gonna get fucking. It's like me eating me bogies again. People are gonna be like, "Die Hard's a Christmas film, man. What are you doing? What are you talking about?" You're like, it doesn't. I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, it's Christmas. Put fucking Die Hard on." But I'd gone, it's Christmas. Put like Lord of the Rings has a much more Christmas feel to it.
Although I think people think I think that's such an insane thing for you to give leeway on and then fight the corner off. that's
Had one beer.
You're
One
like,
beer, and I'm like, fucking hell, then.
you're like, Die Hard, not a Christmas movie. Eat my fucking ass. Lord of the Rings, of course, that's a Christmas movie. It's got elves in it.
I don't think it's a Christmas movie if it's Christmas in the movie.
What? So Elf's not a Christmas movie?
No, Elf's a Christmas movie.
Why?
Because it's a movie that was out at Christmas for Christmas. I don't know why I'm dying on this hill.
Yeah,
I really
dying
don't.
hard
It's,
on this
it's
hill.
not a horror movie. It wasn't out at Halloween. Does not count as a horror movie. It didn't come out at Halloween.
Aye.
But it's just the whole Christmas movie is surely something where like you get the family round and you watch it and you feel the spirit of Christmas. Does Die Hard and Rocky do that, or is that just so happen to be set around Christmas?
I don't think anyone says Rocky's a Christmas film, by the way. I think you've...
Oh no! This is the latest. It's the latest one.
No way.
It was Die Hard a few years back. They've got Rocky now.
Wait, but it's not Christmas at any point in that movie, is it? Mm-hmm. I haven't watched it. I think it's so shite, man. I think Rocky is piping hot shit.
But don't say it out loud. It's class because of that.
It's just so...
It's class because of that. It's got its own thing going on.
Oh,
This is like, you know what you've done? You know what you've done, right? You've took the slice of cheese off your fucking delicious hamburger and went, this isn't real cheese. This is a Kraft slice. You're like, yes, enjoy the Kraft slice.
It's part... I mean, I get what you're saying, but...
And also, one and two were real cheese, by the way.
Yeah.
Three barely passed as cheese.
Yeah.
And four
It's American cheese.
is American cheese. Cheese whiz that you put on your Philly cheesesteak. We took it full circle and right back to Rockies from Philadelphia.
Oh, I see what you mean. Full circle.
All right,
sorry
Die Hard's a
for
Christmas
that.
movie. Sorry to be a Grinch. Which, by the way,
No, I'm not. Also, sorry, we
Grinch is not a Christmas
both belong in Muggle Corner for having Die Hard is a Christmas movie banter / debate. That is 100% Muggle Corner. Aye, straight in.
I think that's what Bristol is about it mostly, is that like people are like, oh, Die Hard about it. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do it, but it's done. Could we edit it out?
We could, but we're not going to.
People are very vehement about it, though.
Are you getting your concubine anything for Christmas?
You know what? Last year we didn't, and it saddened us a lot.
Oh yeah.
We just made this like little pact that we're like don't even on Christmas Day go, oh look, I know I said we're not getting anything, but here's a little something little. We even like went layers deep into like, but different though. Like even though it would be funny. It's saddened us that we didn't get each other anything.
So you're doing stuff this year?
I haven't yet. Last minute kind of guy like.
Oh, I mean, imagine. Well, because I think we've said we're not doing it, but now that you said it's saddened you, and we both like Christmas, I just think we're both fucking lazy. And again, I feel for Cara because I'm difficult to buy for. I mean, I'm not.
What are you getting? That's so I can get us something better and bigger. Like
What, with the fucking
slush
puppy machine? You didn't buy a better one. I got it.
I don't know, like mine was industrial. Mine was like for cafes and that. Just one of these little household ones for your kids that you know is going to get put away.
Well, she wouldn't let me buy it. I mean, I wanted to get a full fucking margarita machine.
You know what I think I done? I think I sent it back and didn't replace it with anything. It was like, as soon as I realised I already had one, I sent it back. It was like, right, you had your chance.
Well, I'm out of ideas then, bitch.
Well, the money's just landed in my bank, and what do you know? It's gone. It's gone. It's went on cooking. It's up my nose.
If you've got money to waste or spend, you can spend it on my new old special, Socio, which by the time this is out will be available on my website. So
Oh yeah, it's out now.
Aye.
It's out now.
So make that worth my while.
Imagine how
Otherwise, I will become jaded to this industry, and then I will leave it.
They gotta be so gutted when they had 1 hour on that commute, right? And they went an hour that day. I'll watch Muggins and Cream, talking Ian Pish, crack the worst Die Hard joke I've ever heard in my life, where the punchline was literally the film title.
Yeah.
In fact, the fact he's even calling it a punchline, I'm devastated. You got into work in a bad mood, and then right at the end of the film, they could have been watching a special that you worked really hard on, toured the world with, and then
I wouldn't
then
say.
had a level of production value to it.
I wouldn't say worked really hard on.
Oh, they worked hard on that tour. It was the last tour before we worked really hard.
Yes, aye. So everything pales in comparison.
Because it was the last show you did pre Netflix, wasn't it?
Yes.
And then after Netflix got released, that was the X tour.
Yeah.
And that's the one that went on forever and ever and ever.
Yeah, well, I'd done X during the Fringe, and then in September it came out, and then it just...
Yeah.
And then
So anyway, on your way home from work.
Go watch my fucking special, you bags of shit.
And I'm busy programming a bit of a tour, like not even a tour. I'm not going to call it a tour because it's not. I know what a tour is, and this ain't it. I'm putting in a few solo shows. There's going to be one in Liverpool, one in Manchester, one in Glasgow, working on one in London. The one in Newcastle sold out already. Follow us on socials for now for any of that information, but my website's going to be up and running before Christmas. And I'm also going to be releasing Punch Drunk for Nout, which will be on my website. Bye.